REN hit the titles a couple of times in 2021. Following a few massive expense runs nonetheless, REN isn't just another computerized money exposure train. The endeavor could expect a huge part in the reliably creating universe of DeFi. The advanced currency market has changed altogether all through late years or close, with state-of-the-art DeFi projects that integrate exchanges, crediting stages, and even insurance providers, turning into the mind-boggling center in any case. Even as undertakings become additionally evolved and continue to form into an all-out electronic money structure, there are still issues associating with interoperability. Moreover, that is where exercises like REN come in at all troublesome terms. REN is a forceful stage that licenses clients to get computerized cash assets across different blockchains. The potential gain of such an errand should be expeditiously self-evident, as a couple of top DeFi projects depend on Ethereum, while countless the world's most significant computerized types of cash, including Bitcoin, have their own blockchain. So might we anytime at any point expect further bulls from REN sooner rather than later, or are there various stages out there that can do a comparable work simply better in the going? With REN cost assumption for 2025 and 2030, we'll ponder the undertaking in greater significance, as well as examine specialists' conjectures at its probably cost advancement. REN's starting points. REN started life as the Republic show. It was started in 2017 by Australian planners Taeyang Zhang and Lun Wang, with the principal point of offering a response for tremendous computerized cash trades. It rebranded to REN in 2019 and changed its focus to interoperability. The mainnet then shipped off in May 2020 and at first maintained a little pack of tokens that could be changed over into ERC20 tokens through the REN virtual machine. A more basic gander at REN interoperability is currently a critical test facing the cryptographic currency market and is just obligated to end up being more enormous as DeFi continues to create. REN is one of just a small bunch of remarkable endeavors that is clearly hoping to determine this issue. The RENVM is actually an interfacing stage that grants clients to get to liquidity across different blockchains. It licenses clients to get their tokens into the stage and make an ERC20 or BEP20 identification of similar worth, which then allows them to take that value onto any Ethereum or Binance application or DeFi project. The prominent newcomer here would be Bitcoin. By using the RENVM, clients can get in their BTC and get Express Ether at an extent of 11. This would then allow them to get to Ethereum-based projects without selling their Bitcoin. REN was one of the social affairs drew in with making wrapped Bitcoin back in 2019. How does REN work? Undeniably, the internal elements of an undertaking like REN are especially tangled and not something that we can cover in any phenomenal significance in this. In any case, it's fundamental to grasp 2 or 3 critical essentials before you contemplate placing assets into REN. REN programming has an elite virtual machine that is obligated for adroit understanding code to send Bitcoin to an Ethereum-based project. The underlying step is to send their BTC to a public area made by REN. The RENVM is constrained by dark nodes, which really grant the stage to manage the GOT tokens and mint an indistinguishable veil of RENC for BTC on Ethereum, without the nuances of the trade being revealed. How is it that this could be achieved? The RENVM uses XNARKs and the Shamir secret sharing arrangement. What parts orders so individual centers don't move toward the full information. The REN virtual machine then holds the principal BTC away in the event that the client wants to recuperate their tokens. The cycle outlined above is acted in reverse. Clients pay somewhat level of the emblematic they convert as a charge for using the RENVM. The REN token. We've proactively seen how clients on the REN stage pay for organizations with a cost taken from the cryptographic cash they execute with. So what definitively is the stage's nearby token? REN used for REN is the utility emblematic that upholds the RENVM as it is used in the understanding framework used by the dull centers. Clients wanting to fill in as center points ought to commit 100,000 REN tokens as a kind of join to hinder malignant development. Validators are remunerated with somewhat level of the liquidity that goes through the RENVM at the hour of the REN project is at this point addressed by an improvement bunch. but in the end, it is felt that REN will transform into the organization identification of the stage. Looking at REN's worth history, REN has been sensibly commonly recorded and traded since WAC 2018 in the underlying very few days the token was changing hands for around 007, but it dropped to under 003 under a month sometime later, before a delicate ascent took it to just more than 0.12 per token in May. In any case, this was the most ballyhoo that REN was to see for a year or close. The token overall remained under 0.05 for the rest of 2018, and the principal piece of 2019. Be that as it may, in August, things got a little, and REN moved to for the most part 0.15 per token. Unfortunately, this increment didn't keep, and the coin was down into normal sub 5 pennies district by October, where it would generally stay until the last half of 2020. It was again in August that REN saw another bull, but it was more huge in 2020. The token took off to 0.58 per token. Really taking a look at improvement of by and large 1350 on the beginning of the year, REN then saw critical eccentricism for the rest of 2020, but generally remained above 0.25 and moved as high as 0.42. The representative then at that point saw exceptional improvement in the underlying part of 2021 as the computerized cash market impact REN took off to a record-breaking high of 180 in February and traded above 100 for a ton of spring and April. An extensive rut struck in the pre-summer in any case, sending REN down to around 0.29. Things didn't stay deterred for quite a while anyway, and by October, the token had scaled to 115. Scrutinize, besides how to trade REN with 100 REN worth assumptions, 2025-2030. According to our REN cost assumptions, for the accompanying 5 to 10 years, the REN coin is surveyed to have significant solid areas for in values. It can turn out to be areas of strength for in the accompanying 5 and 10 years. Research our blueprint for long stretch REN esteem assumptions and sort out what our gauge reveals about the future REN Pricerin worth assumptions for 2025. REN's expense history shows that the token has been temperamental once in a while, even by computerized cash standards. That being said, it seems to have spread out a base floor regarding cost after its encouraging in 2021. So the thing are specialists expecting for REN's normal all through the accompanying 2 or 3 years, our REN cost assumption for 2025 suggests that the unconventionality is likely going to continue anyway. Commonly the emblematic will make a couple of pretty essential grains. After a ton of progress across 2022, REN should close the year somewhere near around 250 at 172. At the point when 2025 appears, REN could be worth as much as 577 REN. Worth assumptions for 2030, as demonstrated by REN cost assumption 2030, and long stretch particular assessment. The expense of REN will be worth as much as 869 per token by the completion of 20.